No, this is not it. God damn it. Oh my God. Bro, I'm about to tweak. I'm about to tweak out. Um, this is nuts. Mhm. I'm about to tweak out with this stupid ass Streamlabs. What the fuck? Anyways, there will again be no fucking music for this stream because Streamlabs is retarded. Unbelievable. Market's open. Let's see. It's on yes. We're gonna sweep the lows, maybe. Let's see. Okay. So I usually never take trades on right after market open. That's one of my rules. We don't know where the week's gonna go. Um, I mean, this is no bueno. No bueno for longs. Bulls are gonna get wrecked. Me and usually I'd be tempted to go short, boys. Not gonna lie. This is really no bueno. And when shit's no bueno, we don't like it. We feel short. We feel short. Your perma bulls are gonna be happy. So I think if we close 15-minute under this trend line, I might go short because we did close under this trend line. Sorry, I call this a trend line. I mean the resistance. So Those swing tops, good brother. So this zone right here I'm looking at. Look, so we have um I mean bulls are pushing, not gonna lie. They're buying it up 100%. It's gonna be interesting. Resistance. There you go. See how I drew that trend line right there? Right off of it. Let's see who has control. Oh, come on. I fucked it up again. I filled on the wrong one. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Hmm. No. Den sen. Den sen. What that is. There you go. Yeah. Let's fucking go, baby. I just caught that fucking wick. 700 bucks. Bitches. Gang gang. Woo! No. Mhm. Shut the fuck up.
2024.
So okay, so you go about 7 months, right? Said January 2024.
It was 4,000 pounds. I don't know what that is in dollars, but so I know it's above $5K.
Sure,
It's good money. Good money.
it is. So 7 months. 7 months. I like that. Okay, that's it is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. I think what Chike was talking about, he's doing the trader math. We jokingly refer to trader math. You know, if I make $1,000 today, if I do it 5 days a week, that's $5,000.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
making
right.
$250,000 a year. Doom, what we do? We all do that. You know, if I can do this 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Doom,
If you win all 5 days a week,
That's the thing, Doom. I could just do this. Doom, what would your advice be? What would your advice be for someone that just got funded on their very first day today, like Anthony?
man, I remember it took me 3 months to kind of grasp futures, moving from options. I got funded. What happened? Hill got blown out first day at an XFA. I was crushed. My mind could not comprehend the fact, how can I keep making money trading options like a degenerate, and completely got my ass handed to me on the futures market. Start slow, take your time, and do more watching, less trading.
Order filled.
You'll see the little intricacies when the market likes to kind of change, and try to adjust your strategy to it.
Order filled.
There you go.
Hanging out
Congratulations,
in a
Anthony.
pretty tight range
Time
here at the
experience,
bottom.
start time. And by any chance, if you're a trading savant, hit me up on Discord. We can talk stuff, man.
Doom, if you're a savant, by all means, we got
Hey,
Chike.
I'm always open to learn. I'm always open to learn
Absolutely.
some stuff.
Well, congratulations, Anthony. Thank you for the insights, says Anthony. You're welcome.
Hero is at
I love
the
stories
podium
like
now.
She from TV. She the one from the TV.
A few of them have been on TV before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Familiar with her work. 64.08 last trade in the ES. Stepped on the lows there. 64.06. GK still short one from 64.19. Here on Topstep TV. We have 18 minutes till the bottom of the hour. Okay. Appreciate that, Untitled. It was not birthday. Okay, here we go. I want to throw it to James because we do have a last minute lineup change in the Thunderdome this week. I also got another update on giveaways. Come on in, James. Happy Monday, man.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Topstep TV. I'm here with announcements you need to know for this week ahead, starting with Thunderdome. You've heard the guys talk about it all along in Fast Markets this morning. It is quickly becoming the new fan favorite segment, and this week we have two brand new traders enter the Thunderdome. Quick lineup shake, but Ofek T and Carlos P are going to be going head-to-head in the Thunderdome this week. So that happens at 11 a.m. right after this.
We need to get
Every
rid of
Fast
this
Markets,
concept
be there,
of,
back your favorite
no
trader, and
cash
cheer them
fail.
on all
We need
week
to
long
recognize
in
that
the
the people who
Thunderdome.
matter are the
And then also,
law-abiding citizens.
last week, we talked about a giveaway going on our social media accounts on both X and Instagram. Well, wait no longer. Here are the winners. I mentioned last week that all you had to do was go to either our Instagram or X account, and you had to like, retweet, tag a friend. You know how that stuff goes. But here are the 5 winners. Many entered. These 5 won. Keep an eye on your DMs in the coming day. Our social media team will be reaching out with more information on how to claim your giveaway prize. And if you're wondering what the giveaway prize was, it was a 50K trading combine. This is the first of many. So if you're not following us on social media, you might want to. Anyway, congrats to these 5 traders. Keep an eye on your DMs. Keep watching Topstep TV. We got a lot more coming for you. Back to you, Andre.
Oh, thank you, James.
Nice
Man, oh,
action,
man.
Bay. Love it.
Yeah. What happened? Wow. Hey, follow up, GK, if you don't mind. You said 7 months. It was 7 months since you started, or 7 months since you were trading at Topstep from when you made that 5,000 day, for 4,000 pounds, 5K US. You went from January to August.
7 months since I was funded. It was so I started Topstep in August 2023. I got funded January the 5th, something like that, 2024. So it was about a year to that 5K. Yeah. About 7 months since I got funded.
That's and a year is very good. That's what we're in for. It is from not start, but with Top Step to getting the payout a year, day in day out, grinding, learning from the mistakes, learning to size down. Like Chico was saying, when you're getting close to your drawdown, your DLL, jabbing your way out of it, not going full port on that thing. That's fantastic, Chica. Good stuff there. A little bit of a pop here in Nasdaq. It's 23,745. Doom, you still in this thing, man. Patience
Yeah,
is paying
I'm
right now, Doom.
unshaken, and I'm very happy to hear what Chike said. Much respect, man, for being a man of your process. Much respect, because I heard a lot of people talk about it. Process this, process that. Oh, 50 lots busted.
Mm-hmm.
Good work, good work. Unfortunately, I was the few that, well, hopefully, many, but I learned the hard way. Hard head, hard ways.
Order
learn?
filled.
Out. Back on the road, man.
Who doesn't learn the hard way? Who doesn't learn the hard way in this? The only way you learn is that they're like mistakes are costly. Mistakes are costly. Chike's been training for 4 years. With Topstep into 2023 was
Order
in
filled.
Forex and crypto, correct, Chike? And then you came over to futures.
Yeah.
Oh, just want a little clarification there.
Yeah.
We have 14 minutes till the bottom of the hour. Is the president still going, Jack? Is nothing?
He is. He's back at the. He's back at the podium right now.
See, you go to jail for 10 years with no probation, no
So
anything.
disconnected.
Nothing on
It's
Russia.
slightly different than we have today. Today we have
All
cashless
disconnected.
bail.
Nasdaq
There you
taking
get jail,
larger
10 years.
moves. It moved up
No
further
curtailed
compared to the pivot
sentence,
price
10
points.
years.
Such a
And
weird day. The
we
inside
took
volume
it
is
out. Nobody
different.
used it. It was
Nasdaq
never
is
used
straight
because
trending,
it's harsh.
and ES kind of
And
consolidating.
remember, they
Put my
started to
finger
rip
on it,
down
but very well
the
done
statue
on
of
the
Abraham
short. That was a
Lincoln. I
beautiful
said,
short.
that's a tough one to rip down. He was pretty good. man.
Experiencing a little bit of a
Pretty
regret
good.
not getting into
When
it.
the rope
Honestly,
started going around
while
Abraham
holding
Lincoln
the
to pull him
Nasdaq
down,
long and
Andrew
20 years
Jackson,
short,
others.
guys.
And
Well
they were
done.
heading to
It's a beautiful
the
trade.
Jefferson Memorial,
You said-
Thomas
Dude,
Jefferson.
you saw the Nasdaq trending.
Big number there.
What are you
I
looking at?
said,
What chart are you
and
looking at in terms of the Nasdaq
and
trending?
I'm
I'm looking at
looking at,
5
I
minutes.
signed that statute.
A little bit of
We
secret sauce.
had
I'm
it
looking at two tickers
updated,
available on
we made it,
Thinkorswim.
use the same
OSPD
language,
and
all passed by
OQB.
Congress.
It's the somewhat
And I
inside
announced
volume
it's
of the
10 years in
exchange.
jail,
So many things
no
that
probation, no anything,
usually
10
be
years,
hidden
no curtail
appear on
sentence
it.
if you touch
the
so
inside
much as
sentiment
touch
is uptrending
the
on
statue
Nasdaq.
in Washington,
And
D.C.
yes, it's choppy. Both
And
above zero, so
It
we're
was an
staying
amazing
positive on
sight,
the day.
beautiful sight.
And days like this are
Everybody
very
just
tricky.
left.
Like,
The
cannot
ropes were
blindly
hanging
kind of
around
just
Andrew
take that
Jackson.
alone and keep buying lows
two
and keep
ropes
buying
around
lows and keep buying lows.
Abraham Lincoln.
Just
they
wait.
left
There's
the
a
rope,
divergence in the market.
but
If it
everybody
plays
just
out,
left. I know it was the
I'm
last
good.
problem
If
we
not,
had. You know,
well,
it was the
stops
last
in
problem
place. Risk
that
is
we had
managed.
with the statues.
Trade
They were
the
going
trade.
wild,
Chill.
and we. Somebody came to me and said, "Sir, in
What's this
1960,
a good place
I
to
don't
be.
want to give you an
Yeah,
exact.
Poincho, what was that secret sauce you were talking about?
Trump
Inside sentiment?
was wrong.
Yeah, kind
around
of.
like
Kind of.
early
It's
on.
two tickers
You know,
available.
slightly off. Make you sound a
OSPD
little
and
bad,
OQD.
So I won't be.
And if
I, won't
I
put
keep them on the
myself in that
2-minute chart,
position. I won't put you in
Sure.
that
you
position.
can see I'm kind of
'Cause I think
either
everybody
trending
agrees with
or
what
staying
we're doing
sideways.
today.
And
But when I
some
signed that
mornings
thing,
when
it was like
very often when you run into that
everybody left.
empty
It was
volume and
gone.
nobody really picks up the high.
It
and
was starting
keep
to
on
march
buying it.
down. They started the
That
march
stuff is
toward,
trading below zero, even
Thomas Jefferson.
downtrend. So huge divergences
and
in the
I
market
figured he was
compared
always going to
to
be
the
safe.
price chart and
But they found
what's going
something
on
with
with
him, and they found something with
that kind
Abraham
of folding
Lincoln,
sentiment.
and even in
Was getting
named George
executed in a
Washington
way.
and
Also like the
California, numerous
tickets, which
places
is
changed the name.
right in the middle.
George
where my
Washington
trade
High
is.
School and various
It's always in the
places.
middle right now.
Separate.
George Washington.
Heavy
This was
sideways action.
a
We're
sick
bullflagging, but
woke culture that I
bullshit.
think we've largely ended.
I see a lot of that.
A lot of those people that were woke are now turning out to be
I'm keeping my eye on
the
the ES
opposite.
since
I
it's my
won't go
losing
so
trade,
far as to say MAGA.
and it's
Okay.
been.
It's a very
Kind of
special
full-
category. But
I think it's really
they've
leading
gotten out
the
of
way.
that.
What is
But we
trying to
have,
break out the other
we
one
have
is
people that
slowly
love this
picking up
country and
blows.
they love this-
Put my finger on it, so
This really
looking for
beautiful
that big
capital. It
reaction
is.
that
I
will
flew
probably
over
either
it the
kick me
other
out
day
early
and
and
I
shake
said, what a
me.
beautiful place.
Or,
With-
grab
there's
the
crime
dinero.
all over the streets. When you get there, it
Kumba,
doesn't look
man.
so beautiful. But we're
Hey,
gonna make it
I'm in
beautiful
for the
again.
win.
We're going to fix it with crime.
I have it ready.
Also, as we're doing that, we're going to start doing things that we know how to do that I know how to
Much
do
of
better
this,
than
yeah,
anybody,
markets
I
are
guess.
markets are just
Experience from
consolidating, right? Volume,
previous
volume,
life.
volume. Looking at
But not only are
64.14,
we
so
stopping the
everything from
crime, we're going to
64.13 up to
clean up the
64.15.
trash and the graffiti and the
Don't call it
grime and the
control, I
dirt
bet.
and the
A lot of
broken
volume
marble
trading up
panels.
there.
And
And take a
all
look
of
at the
the things
Nasdaq.
they've
Anything
done
jumping
to
off the
city.
page in terms of
And
size?
we're going to
Nope,
restore
not
the
at
city
the
back to
moment.
the gleaming capital.
See what happens
that
here at
everybody
the bottom of
wants
the
it to
hour in
be.
about
It's
10
gonna be
minutes when
something
London
very
closes.
special. All of
Grind a
these
little bit
people
higher here.
are really
GK,
tough.
how,
Shake
when,
your hand,
how often
guys,
does your
because you're gonna be
patience
so
get tested?
important here.
You seem very methodical, very
You're gonna be that guy.
diligent
I
in
hope
your
I don't have
approach,
to
delivering your
fire him in 2 weeks
approach.
'cause
Does your
he's too
patience
soft.
ever get tested? You say you only
I
put
don't
about 2
think
hours
he's
of
too
screen time in a
soft.
day.
If I do, I will.
Which
though.
what
Is
works
it
for you,
okay
what
if
works
you're-
for GK.
If you're soft,
We're gonna be coming up on 2 hours here
and
right
pathetic,
now.
like so many
When you
people, I
enter
will
hour
fire
3,
you so
when you enter
fast.
hour 3, do you
You're not
check
gonna have
out?
to
Are
worry
you
about
in
that.
tune with
No, I
yourself?
think you
What
can
do you
do
do
a
when you enter
fantastic
hour
job.
3 of being
And
in front of the
everybody in
screen
this
and in the
room,
markets?
they may
Because you
not
are in a
express
trade,
it, but they
you
all
are in a
want
live
that to
trade right
happen.
now.
You
So
know, they
how do you
wanna be
approach
safe,
hour
and they have
3, GK?
families too. So
I
it's
just
an
let the
honor
market do its
to
thing.
have such a large
Everything
group.
in
I've
between
done
is
this
kind of just
for
noise.
years now.
Right.
Hard to believe.
Unless it's like
I've
news
never
or
seen
something
this
coming up.
room so
But, like
packed.
I've really put my
In
wrist
fact, I'm sure it's a
and my
violation
reward.
of every fire
Like,
code.
everything goes up, down. It's on a day.
But we'll let you stay anyway. You're taking a
I don't
chance.
really try to look at that. Because it's just like
And with that,
adds
we'll say
emotions
maybe
that
if you
isn't re-
could,
is not really relevant.
we could be here all
So,
day long.
I just try to.
If you could, if we could
clean up those
keep
type
the
of
first
stuff.
questions
So,
perhaps to
yeah.
this subject, and then we'll go on to a few others.
Why is it yours? If you are not on Topstep TV or you're not in your trading, you have other trading buddies, other trading mentors, or do you trade with music? What does it look like when GK is not on Topstep TV and trading?
The status of the city, the cleanliness, the
Yeah,
the way the
I
crime is
have a trade by
direct
myself.
reflection on
but
how
I
the
trade with,
country is run. And
Yeah, I
Some
do. I think
friends,
the capital. Look,
trade.
everyone comes here. They're all coming. All the leaders.
I actually found that
They're all
teaching to
wanting to
trade
come.
actually.
And I say it, I've said it
personally,
again, but I'm really just
kinda just
quoting
like
other leaders from
we-
NATO, from
You
the
really
Middle
go
East,
over the
King of Saudi
fundamentals
Arabia,
and like a lot of the stuff that
Qatar,
you tend to forget as you get
UAE. I was over there.
go
We
further
brought
in your
back
trading journey.
$5.1 trillion
Like, as you
of
like,
investment
again,
into our country.
kind of just
But I
reminding
was
yourself of those type of
a
things.
month and a half ago.
So
I
I
was
do
in NATO.
recommend like
We had a great.
if you maybe try to teach
agreed
it
to
to
put up
someone.
5% instead of
Actually
2%. 2% they
learn
didn't
for
pay.
yourself.
5%'s already paid. We had a great meeting, and they all
That
said the
I
same
think that
thing.
coincides
They
with
said
what
our
Doom was
country
saying.
dead.
When you're kind
They
of
thought
working
our
with Mrs.
country was
Doom,
gone.
quote unquote teaching,
1
it's
year ago, they
I
said
don't really
your
know if
country
you
was
get
dead.
if you get the
And now
gist
you're
of
the
it,
hottest
Doom.
country
And when they
in the
ask you
world.
questions,
We're
like
the hottest country
GK,
in the world right
a
now.
question: are you teaching people that are older than you
Tariffs have
at all?
helped. It's given us not only
same
the
age,
money,
same age.
Same age?
trillions of dollars of money, but it gives us
The age matters.
great
Just
power over enemies.
very
We
wise. You
solved
got
5 wars.
a good start on this thing. It's
Pakistan and
it doesn't necessarily matter
India
what you're saying.
with,
But Doom, when you are
solved
teaching, you know, we're goofing around, you know, do as I say, not as I do.
as you know, in
But
Armenia.
teaching
Oh,
can
It was-
truly
the war was raging for 30
refine your
straight
strategy, your
years.
process, see some blind
And the
spots.
two leaders got up and they
Yeah,
said, we
also-
never thought
Help me
this
do
would
that
be
as well.
solved. Russia tried
Kind
to
of
solve
somewhat
it. They all
mirrored.
tried to
I
solve
found
it.
out that it's
It was a very
emotion
tough situation,
that
but we
really
got it done and got it
close
done.
the
And I said to
curtains
the
on
two
your
men,
objectivity
I said, are you guys
and
friends? And they had a
kind
hard
of
time.
current awareness
They've been
of
killing
what's
each other
going
for
on.
37 years, right? One was there 5 years,
It's
one was there
just
for
the
22
emotions.
years. He said, my whole life I've been fighting.
Speaking
this war."
of,
And you
Yeah,
guys,
hit me.
this is
we
the
did
time
many
I limit
of
exposure.
those. We did
Right below
in
the
the
low,
Congo
if we make a new low,
and
this is a
Rwanda.
trade that I'm not
That's
willing
been
to
going on
hold.
for 30
Especially on
years.
ES.
8
It's
to
been
9
kinda
million
somewhat
people killed
leading
that they
into
know
sell,
of, but it was raging,
and
and we got that solved.
if
We got
it-
a lot of them done. It's a great
If it's
honor.
not going to pan out, I don't want
You
that.
want to have
At
when they
least on
come,
this
the
one.
leaders come to our
Nasdaq is
country
somewhat holding
to
up.
sign
I'm like
documents that the
$30-some
war is
and
over
it's
or whatever.
still holding
or
my
for other
ground.
reasons. They come for
But I
trade.
would like to limit my exposure on ES just because
And
it's
you
leading
want
into the
them to
sell.
come through so beautifully. You ride down.
I don't want to get knifed,
everything
man.
should
You
be
know how it
perfect.
is. It's been long
You
I
should
hear-
enough.
have
It
No, I hear
reached
you.
back the
rolling
middle of this
down
channel.
into the
Don't
roadway,
diddle in the
median,
middle.
You know, the metal things. And
You're talking.
Oh,
You're
somebody
cutting. You're
else
talking about cutting your ES trade. Crude popped here about 30 cents, by the way.
I've never
Crude
seen
last
them
trade
look good.
64.21,
I've
about
been looking at
30
those
cents there.
things
But you're
too,
talking.
right?
You're talking talking about eliminating short in the ES or your ES trade,
But
correct?
here they're really bad.
Yeah, I was
And
looking
we're gonna either put new or
keep it
fix
within
And it's not
$300
expensive.
stock,
It's not really expensive.
just
We're gonna
because
fix our roads a
anticipating
little bit. We're gonna
that
clean up our sidewalks.
potential
There are
whip up,
countries
whip down, and all
where
that.
every Saturday,
I don't want to get
the
picked
people
up
go
and
out and they
then
wash
watch it
their
storm putting
sidewalks
in
in front of their
50
stores
well,
or their houses. They
50
scrub.
points away
They
from where
scrub
I
their
was.
sidewalks.
but this is the
So
spot.
we aren't quite
Putting my
at
foot on
that
the
level
ground.
yet.
It's been long enough. If it's not
Caddy, we're
now,
not
it's
quite
not
there
going to
yet, but
happen.
maybe
And
we
since
will. They
this
don't.
is
They go
the
out
trade
and
that
they
it's kind
score. I
of
think it's so
dictating
difficult
the
to get that
P&L on the
shooting
day,
space, but
I'm
we're gonna
limiting
make
exposure.
it clean.
I'll
But
also
just
add
to
it
finish
to
with
it,
your
so
question,
it's the wisest thing to do. I'm
it's a
keeping the same exposure
very
on the house,
strong
and it's
reflection
cute,
of
just
our
because it's
country.
been going better. But
And when they see a
you
band,
know, just get rid of the
see,
weak
my
horse,
father
man. You
always
know
used
how
to
it
tell
is.
me, I had a wonderful father,
When?
very smart.
When's that going to happen, dude? We're going to come to the Euro colors in about
He used
6
to say,
minutes.
"Son,
Markets are just
when you
in
walk
their
into a
range right now.
restaurant and you see a
But there has been
dirty
trades to
front
take.
door,
You saw Chike in the house.
don't go in.
Chike's been short from
Because if the front
64.19
door is
for,
dirty,
oh, hell,
the
hour,
kitchen's
hour and a half
dirty
now.
also.
Doom's been long the NASDAQ for
Same
about
thing
two
with the capital.
hours, 2.5 hours
Our
now.
More.
capital's dirty.
More.
Our whole country is dirty.
More.
I hope you.
And they don't respect
Doom, I hope you
us.
can
So
take the
it's a
trade
very
all the way
good
to the
question.
close. I hope this thing just sits in. It's just straight
This
to the
is
close.
turning into this is turning into one of those movies that the trailer really hyped you up,
If this
and like
goes
30
to
minutes.
ideas in Chicago, LA, San Francisco, would they expect similar action what we've seen in DC? Any other questions, sir? There's reporting that the administration is going to reclassify marijuana. Would that send mixed messages that if marijuana is okay, some drugs are okay, but we're trying to clean up crime? How do they go hand in hand?
We're only looking at that. That's early, but somebody reported it, which is fine. We're looking at it. Some people like it, some people hate it. Some people hate the whole concept of marijuana because if it does bad for the children, it does bad for people that are older than children. But we're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination over the next few weeks. And that determination hopefully will be the right one. It's a very complicated subject, the subject of marijuana. I've heard great things having to do with medical, and I've had bad things having to do with just about everything else. But medical and, for pain and various things, I've heard some pretty good things, but for other things, I've heard some pretty bad things. The other part of your question, I mean, we're just gonna see what happens with it all. We're gonna have a tremendous.
All right, lost it.
Okay, I'm looking up. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, what else? What other movies got there? The trailer's better than the movie. Oh, something the Gorge was dope.
It was mid compared to the trailer, in my opinion.
Hey, take it up with the chat, Chike. They said it was good. You say it was mid. I don't know. Everyone's got it.
You know what I really liked? So actually a show, The Day of the Jackal. That one's good.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. I watched that too,
The
Chica.
remake. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, look at this. Piranha 3D. I mean,
Whoever
what'd you
has
expect?
the
What'd you
skill,
expect?
whoever possesses and has the skill, execute in this chop and make money. Kudos to you. As I said, I used to a little bit. This is a scalper's delight here. Up, down, candles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even to that point, Doom, how about just not losing money? Or at least not just getting completely destroyed on a day like today? I think is a win. Down a couple $100, no biggie.
It's Monday. It's Monday. I can walk with a small loss. I can walk with a small win. It's Monday. Started slow.
Don't.
On the weekend, you know.
You
don't have
be
to
digging
rush it.
yourself
I've
out.
got myself many times kind of, I'm going to miss the open. I'm kind of running into my office and I'm like super
Oh, yeah.
tense about it. Like, what? And I've lost like that. Every time I catch myself kind of running, chasing, like, oh my God, I overslept. I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss that. Just lock yourself out for a couple of like 45 minutes or something. The market will cook a setup. And if you miss it, there's always tomorrow. It ain't going to run away. We're not going to zero anytime soon. So,
Well, anytime soon, you said? So it is a possibility
Yeah.
we go to zero. Not anytime
Hey,
soon, but we can't.
if Jesus comes back, definitely we're going to zero. I'm telling you that.
You take that cheap trade. I think there's something you said. Chike, I think I kind of got a glimpse of what you're going to say about Mondays, Chike. Don't what? For the rest of the week, don't do what to yourself on a Monday because you got 4 more days left in the trading week. So where are you going to go with that thought, Chike?
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be digging yourself out over like a hole or like a big negative, throughout the rest of the week. So it's always good just to take it easy on the Monday. Well, at least not force anything on the Monday.
Literally, it was all warped and
So you're making
literally
profits
disintegrated
Tuesday, Wednesday,
because of the
Thursday,
winds
and those
and the
3 days
flames
are
and
just
the
to
whole
get
thing,
yourself
like a
out of
blowtorch.
that mess you caused on a
It was
Monday.
standing
Oh,
on this beautiful
yeah, that's a
day.
hell of a
Maybe
grind,
couple
and
of
you're going to be
days
happy you
after.
did it, but man, oh man,
Give
it's
it a
going to
little
be just
time
like,
because
if I
what
only
they had
didn't
suffered.
screw up on Monday,
Almost
these next 3 days would have been
$25,000.
really, really
See what's
juicy. So
happening
Yeah, I think what they're
They
saying is
didn't give their
don't
permits. I went to a town hall
Don't
meeting.
set yourself up just to
I
you're
said,
just
"We're gonna
grinding
get
all
you
week
the
because then
federal
come
permits,
Friday
which are
you're just
much
completely
harder."
exhausted. Maybe you
Almost
did come back, you
immediately.
scratched
Lee Zeldin
out.
is
It's
a
just like,
star.
man,
He
if
did an
only I
incredible
didn't go
job. They
crazy
have all
on
their federal
Monday,
permits.
all these profits would have just
They
been
don't have
purely in the
this-
green. So that's
And the
good
mayor
stuff
said to
there.
me,
Go ahead,
"We
Jack.
think we
Yeah,
could
well,
have them in 2
30
weeks."
Working
seconds
up
until
your
the
I
week.
euro
was
close.
walking down the street.
Just working
and
up your
I
week
met
to
the
catch up on the
firemen
Monday
and
loss.
police.
It's not a good
Brutal.
mentality.
And I was saying hello to many
You're
people
gonna
who were
get
standing in front of
punched
their
in the
homes
mouth too many
with
times
yellow tape. You
throughout
can't
that
go in.
process
You
of
can't
trying
go
to
onto the
catch
lot.
up.
And those people wanted to start rebuilding.
Honestly,
their homes
Monday
then and
is a
there.
great day to
And the
take
mayor
off
said
as
we
a
should be able
trader.
to get them the
Everybody
permits
is at
within
work.
2
You can
years.
go
I said,
enjoy
"That's
sightseeing in your
2 years? Are
town.
you kidding? I'm going to get them the
Whatever,
federal
it's
permit like
extremely
almost immediately.
busy on
2
the
years."
weekend, and you're
And
having
she
struggles and
grew it back. Well, maybe 1
losing
year.
your
The
marbles
place
for a
was booing
parking
her out
spot
of the
on the
place.
weekends when everybody is
They
out
don't
to
have their
see it.
permits to build
Go
their
do it on
homes.
the Monday. It's
And
great.
now they're talking about putting. This is among
Monday,
the most
you're right.
beautiful
London
areas
has
was
closed. London has
in the country.
closed.
Now they're talking about
36
putting
building. I agree, but
low-income
that's
housing.
well said. Monday.
I
Lot
love
shares, you
low-income
look at it
housing.
in
I made
weeks,
money with
5
low-income
days,
housing. I
5-day
built
period.
low-income housing. I know more about
Obviously, you have the
low-income
weekends,
housing than
Saturdays,
much
Sundays.
I know
It's
about
don't
everything real estate.
Mondays
They want to
can
replace
be.
some
I've
of
been
those
there.
homes
Been there.
with
All
low-income housing.
lose $5,000 on a Monday,
They
then
haven't
you make
gotten
that
their
$1,000
permits
bucks
yet. We've
Tuesday,
got
Wednesday, Thursday,
all
Friday.
the
You're like,
federal
damn, I'm just
permits, which
scratch
are
on the
much
week.
tougher to get, and it was done almost
Yeah,
immediately
you
through
trade well,
Lee
but those
Zeldin
4
and Federal
days just to dig
Environmental.
yourself out of that hole from that one day.
And I watched
Very,
the
very
other
good
day,
stuff
those
here.
people are angry.
Little bit of
And
selling
now,
here. Is the
you know,
president
they
still
have
going, Jack?
tremendous- They love
Yes,
the
sir.
area. They love the
Haven't
whole
really got
big
much
area,
from
different
him.
places, but they
You
love
guys look
the
forward to your
raw luxury
Mondays?
stuff and beautiful stuff, and
Very
much.
some wasn't that
Very
luxury,
much.
but the level
Man, I love
of
going
love
to the beach
for
in the
that
middle of the
neighborhood,
week when
their
everybody's at
neighborhood was
work.
incredible.
Just me, wife, the
And you
kid,
know what?
and
I
the
watch
beach.
people on
It's like in
television.
the
They
old
wanna go, they
60s
wanna leave.
story
They've
kind
lost
of
their
movies
spirit,
that
they've lost their heart.
see just like
Because
9
the mayor's
people or 6
incompetent.
people at the beach,
And
huge
Gavin
beach. So
Newsom
to
is
you,
incompetent.
you park
He did a lot of
sideways,
bullshit,
nobody
but that's
noticed.
about it. He's incompetent. And you have Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I love you to
I
look forward to my
personally-
Mondays.
It's amazing. You know, I called,
Yeah.
first thing I did, I got
But
the
then like, I
look
started to
order.
look forward to
I
it.
was the one that got
The
it.
trading though.
And by a rare thing that
Yeah.
happened, I'll be
I'm
the
usually good
president.
by
I was
about
very
9
upset because I
a.m.
got the
It's
Olympics
more,
and I said,
there's
I
always
won't
that
be
moment
president
like
when it
10
comes,
minutes
but
before we go
bad
on
things
air that I'm
happened,
like, oh my
and,
goodness.
illegal things
Can I
happened,
do
really
this?
illegal things happened.
Yeah.
Now it turns out,
Markets,
one
yes.
good thing was I'm going to be the
It's
president for the Olympics.
I mean, yeah, to that point. Chica, you look forward to Mondays? I mean, it's a new week, the new game.
fantastic.
You like basketball, the
Also,
ball's
for
getting thrown up in the air. It's just a new fresh start. Whatever happened last week doesn't really matter. It's what's going to happen right now. You got a chance
When
to
I looked at those
change
people,
everything.
and I
Just,
saw
put
last
yourself
night
out
on television
or just get on a
that
winning
they
streak.
still
Well,
don't
what do
have
you like
their
about Mondays?
permits.
What's your routine like coming into
It's
Mondays,
a
by the way,
disgrace
GK?
what's happened in Los
Oh, so typically, because the market opens at 2:30 p.m.
China's tariff deadline is
Sure.
tonight, but do you plan to extend that?
I like to
We'll see what happens.
do my so again all my
China's
levels. So you see these
been,
levels that
we've
you
been
see.
dealing very nicely with China.
It takes
as
me
you
probably
have
about
heard.
30 minutes to like
they
get all my
have
levels and like validate them.
Tremendous tariffs that they're paying
And
to the
then
United States.
after that,
of
I usually
America.
just chill.
And we'll see what happens. They've
And
been
then just
dealing
wait.
Order
quite
filled.
nicely. The relationship is very good with
Talk about
President
China now.
with President Xi and
Also
myself.
news and stuff.
President, you mentioned your upcoming meeting with President.
Trump's talking about
Yeah.
China.
Tell us what you hope to get out of that, and whether you consider inviting President
Let's take a look.
Zelensky.
So, Dow's chopping around the
So,
lows here.
you have to understand,
44,099.
This is a
8
war
points
that
off
wouldn't
the
have happened
lows there.
without the president. What's
Nasdaq
there
trading
to
23,739.
Was
We're
the apple
folks, we're about
design
100
that
points,
went very
110
well
points
with
from
President
all-time
Trump.
highs in the Nasdaq.
But if you
Something
look
tells me.
under President Bush,
Week all-time
they
highs
took a
in
lot
the
of
Nasdaq,
territory.
23,845.
Under
Hell, we might even
President
get there by the
Obama,
end
they
of
took
the
a
day,
lot of territory.
if not sooner.
Under
ES
Biden,
all-time
they
high,
essentially took the whole thing,
64.68.
just a
About
question
50
of
points
time.
away from that.
Under
Gold,
Trump, you know what they took?
trying to stay above those
Nothing.
3,400s last
Nothing.
trade.
I was the one that said
34.08.
you can't build your
President's talking about
pipeline.
China.
If
Yeah,
not
we got the
today-
Thunderdome.
I came in,
Go ahead.
Tomorrow.
I stopped the pipeline.
If not today, tomorrow.
Called
All-time
Nord
high.
Stream
If
2.
not
Nobody
tomorrow,
knows it.
maybe next week.
Nobody ever heard of
It's
Nord
out there.
Stream 2.
It's the
You might
natural
have
drift
not
of the
even heard
market.
Biggest pipeline in the world. I
Fair
stopped
comment.
it.
Just look at
I
the
was
daily
not a friend
chart.
of
Look at
Russia,
the daily
but I
chart.
got along well
Indeed.
with Putin.
All right.
Look at the
Get
weekly.
along with other
Oh,
countries.
yeah,
if
exactly. Look at the
possible.
weeklies,
That
right?
doesn't mean you-
All right, well, we get James in here
you
because we
roll
got some
over
hard-hitting
like
news to
Biden
get us
came
caught
in and
up on. I
immediately
missed the last couple of
approved
days,
the
and we got the
pipeline. I couldn't
weekend. So,
believe it. Then they
James,
say,
catch me up
Trump
to
wasn't
speed
tough on
with
Russia.
the
I was
important
tough.
things around here.
Putin said, you're not tough. I would hate like hell to see you. Because I stopped the biggest economic development.
First of
job,
all,
the
to whoever in
biggest
the
job
chat
that
said I need a
Russia had ever
haircut,
built,
you're
I
right
stopped
about
it.
the
It was
same thing
dead.
this morning. So thank
And
you for
this-
confirming. what I
low
thought this
IQ
morning looking in the
president
mirror. I
came
will
in
schedule it today.
and he let them build a pipeline. that
Hello, Andre.
supplied
Hello, Internet.
Oil and gas.
This is the
all over
news
Europe,
you need to know. I got interesting tidbits.
This is really
such
a
as,
feel-out
hey
meeting,
guys,
a little bit.
don't use
And
ChatGPT
President
for
Putin
medical
invited
help.
me
You know, I come from the
get
generation
involved.
where we
He
were
wants
told to
get
never
involved.
trust
I
WebMD.
believe he wants
So
to
now
get
I have to
involved
tell
with-
you
I've
all.
said that a few times.
Don't.
And I've been
A man is looking
disappointed
to lower his
because
sodium
I'd have, like, a
intake,
great call
which
with him, and
he
then
believed meant
missiles
he
would
had
be
to
lobbed
replace
into Kiev or
all
some
sodium,
other place,
including
and
table
you'd
salt.
have 60 people laying on a
ChatGPT
road
told him a
dying.
good sodium
I said that's cold.
replacement would
That's
be
cold.
sodium
But
bromide.
It's a
That's right, sodium
violent
bromide,
war.
which
5
is
to
known to
7,000
cause
people a
psychosis
week are dying.
and
you
other
know,
such
there's-
fun
there's nobody from
side
here.
effects when
They're all
ingested in
Russian
high
and
amounts
Ukrainian people,
over a
and
long
some
period of
people from
time.
the
Can you
cities,
believe
much smaller
3
numbers.
months
So,
after he started doing this
those,
new diet, he ended
missiles
up
do
in the
damage and
emergency
they kill
room
a lot of
and
people,
attempted
but
to escape
mostly
from the hospital
soldiers.
after saying
3
that
months?
everybody was out to get him.
The
Yeah,
young
3 months of
soldiers,
doing this,
although in the
Andre.
case of
Before
Ukraine,
saying
much older, they're drafting
he thought his neighbor was
60-year-olds.
trying to kill him. He thinks the hospital poisoned his
It's a
water, even
terrible
though he
thing
was
to witness,
extremely
and I think
thirsty.
I have an obligation.
Yeah, and
This
they went
is
back
Joe
and said
Biden's war.
at no
This is
point
not
during
my
his
war.
intake did he ever mention
I made a deal with
ChatGPT or his
NATO
conversations
a month
with
ago.
the
You covered
AI
it very
bot.
accurately.
But
Actually,
upon further
we don't pay
investigation,
anything
he
anymore.
did
You know,
find
we're
out
not
he admitted,
paying anything.
yeah, I thought he was
They are
fine.
buying things from
And
us,
just so you know, this
NATO
guy
is paying us. I
went
got
to
it
school
raised
for
from
nutrition.
2%
He has a background in this stuff.
GDP to
Wow.
So
and
this
they're
isn't just
paying
like
us for
I didn't just
everything that we
Google
say.
chat,
They're not paying.
go to
But Biden
ChatGPT and ask a
approved
diet
$350
question.
billion.
This guy
Europe
should
has
know
spent
better.
Order
So
filled.
internet, please know better.
The money that's
Don't-
been spent
go
on
see your
death
real
is
doctor.
incredible. It's the worst thing that's
Yeah.
happened, by far the worst that's
We're
happened since
nutritionists?
World War II.
I saw this
going
video.
on?
So
Yeah, a
I'm going
nutritionist,
in
anybody,
to
anybody other
speak
than the
to
AI,
Vladimir
even your
And
friend,
I'm going to be
who,
telling him, you
always
got to end this
tells you
war.
the
You
best
got to
latest
end
health
it.
trends might be more
And
knowledgeable.
he wasn't going to mess with
Not
me.
medical
He was-
advice. This is not
war
neither
would
financial
never
or
happen.
medical advice. We don't have a
You know,
disclaimer
we
for
had a
medical stuff.
discussion
But
about
we'll
it
get
one
one.
time, and we never had that
Um,
discussion again.
all right, moving
It
on.
never happened.
Our next story
And when the
out of
election was
China.
rigged, and
Unemployed
then
young
Biden
adults
took
are
office,
pretending
which
to
was
have jobs.
barely took office.
And it's
The auto
working.
pen took
They are
office.
paying $4.20
Bad things
a
started
day
happening.
to go
Bad
into
things,
a
stupid
fully
things
set
were
up
said.
office with
And it ended up
meeting
in a
rooms,
war.
tables,
And you know, the
chairs,
big- and
computers,
I don't believe this will
free
happen
snacks and
anymore
drinks.
because
Everything
I
you would
have
think an
that
open floor
free
space
will
office would have.
This
The
could
only
end
thing
up
they're
in a
missing
third world
is an
war.
actual
This could have been a
job.
third world war.
They say that going into this office,
But
each sitting
I
at
thought it
home
was very
and doing
respectful
nothing,
that
feeling like you
the
are
president
alone and
of
isolated in your
Russia,
endless job search
is
and
coming to
rejection
our
emails.
country as opposed
And the
to
people
us
who are
going
paying to
his
go into these
country
fake
or even
offices
a
are actually
third-
reporting to be much
third-party
happier.
place.
They are around
But,
other people. They are
I think we'll
socializing
have,
while they are looking for jobs.
constructive
Some people try to get their
conversations. Then
startup
after that
companies
meeting,
started at these
immediately,
offices,
maybe as I'm
while others
flying
just
out,
use it as a way.
maybe as
back.
I'm leaving the room, I'll be calling the European
owners
leaders
of
who I get
this
along with
office
very well.
Space doesn't
And,
actually know if
you
it's
know, I have
a
a great
long-term
relationship.
investment
I
they're going
think
to keep
we're all-
going. But for now, as long as people are showing up,
And I get along
they're
with
still going to do it.
Zelensky,
So,
but, you know, I disagree with
best
what
time
he's
to have
done.
no job
I
is
very
right now.
severely
You're
disagree.
welcome.
This is a war that should have
I
never
can work
happened.
here.
Pretty good.
I can see that work.
like
Yeah, it's not
logistics
bad. I
offices
saw,
in Chicago.
Zelensky, the next meeting will
It's
be
the same
with
Topstep
Yeah.
thing.
I saw this thing.
and Putin.
I saw this
or
thing
Zelensky
where
and
during a
Putin. I'll be
merger,
there if
you
they
get a
need,
lot of
but I
people
wanna
that
have a
like
meeting
don't have a
set up
role in
between
the
the two
company anymore,
leaders.
but are still
I
on the
was a
payroll.
little bothered
Like,
by
they're
the
just
fact
doing
that
nothing but
Zelensky
getting
said,
paid.
well, I have to get
What's his name?
constitutional.
Milton.
That's
approval.
my
He's
end
got
goal
to
in
vote
life.
to go into war. and
Yeah, that's living the
kill
life.
everybody, but he needs
That's
approval to
That's
do a land
called,
swap.
You've made it.
Because there'll be some
And
land
finally-
swapping going
Yeah, go
on.
ahead.
I do that through
My last story
Russia
out of
and through
Japan.
Conversations with
McDonald's
everybody.
is starting a
To the
new,
good,
or had
for the
started
good of
a new
Ukraine.
Pokemon.
Good stuff, not bad stuff. Also, some bad stuff for both. So there's good and there's bad. But it's very complex because you have lines that are very uneven. And there'll be some swapping, there'll be some changes in land. And the word that they will use is, they make changes. We're going to change the lines, the battle battle lines. Russia's occupied a big portion of Ukraine. They've occupied some very prime territory. We're going to try and get some of that territory back for Ukraine. But they've taken some very prime territory. They've taken largely ocean, in real estate we call it oceanfront property. That's always the most valuable property. If you're in a lake, a river, or an ocean, it's always the best property.
Order filled.
Ukraine, a lot of people don't know that Ukraine was largely 1,000 miles of ocean. That's gone. Other than one small area, Odessa, it's a small area. There's just a little bit of water left. So I'm going to go and see the parameters. Now, I may leave and say, good luck, and that'll be the end. I may say this is not going to be settled. I mean, there are those that believe that Putin
Order
wanted
filled.
all of Ukraine. I happen to be one of them, by the way. I think if it weren't for me, he would not be even talking to anybody else right now. But I'm going to meet with him. We're going to see what the parameters are. I'm then going to call up President Zelensky and the European leaders right after the meeting, yeah. And I'm going to tell them what kind of a deal. I'm not going to make a deal. It's not up to me to make a deal. I think a deal should be made for both. I think Russia has to get back into building their country. It's a massive country. I think they have 11 time zones, if you can believe it. It's a massive, it's by far, from the standpoint of land, it's by far the largest. They have tremendous potential in Russia to do well. They're not doing well. Their economy is not doing well right now because it's been very well disturbed by this. It doesn't help when the President of the United States tells their largest or second largest oil buyer that we're putting a 50% tariff on you if you buy oil from Russia. That was a big blow. And then they say, gee, he wasn't so tough. Nobody else would have done that. And I haven't stopped there. I mean, look, I was all set to do
Order
things
filled.
far bigger than that. But I got a call that they'd like to meet, and I'm going to see what they want to meet about. I'd like to see a ceasefire. I'd like to see the best deal that could be made for both parties. You know, it takes two to tango, right? So ultimately, I'll have a meeting next week. I had a great relationship with him, considering the fact that, you know, I was not nice to him because of the pipeline. I ended the pipeline. I also gave the javelins. Do you ever hear of a javelin? Javelin is called a tank buster. They say that Obama gave them sheets and I gave them javelins. If it weren't for me, all those tanks that were destroyed at the first days of the war, because the tanks got stuck in the mud, some commander made a better. You know, they would have been in Kiev in 4 hours, going down the highway. But a Russian general made a brilliant decision to go through the farmland instead. And they just had torrential rains, and the rains were so bad, and it was mud, and those tanks got stuck in the mud. I don't know who that general is, but knowing Vladimir, he's probably not around any longer because all those tanks were stuck in the mud, and they went along with the javelins. I gave them the javelins. You know that, right? I gave them javelins. They gave them sheets. But I'm going to meet with President Putin, and we're going to see what he has in mind. And if it's a fair deal, I'll reveal it to the European Union leaders and to the NATO leaders and also to President Zelensky. I think out of respect, I'll call him first. And then I'll call them after. And I may say, lots of luck, keep fighting. Or I may say, we can make a deal. I will tell you this, I've seen a poll coming out of Ukraine. 88% of the people would like to see a deal made. And if you go back 3 years, everybody was gung-ho for war. You know, everybody's gung-ho for war until you have it. It's an amazing thing. I had it with a couple of countries where I couldn't get a deal done with one particular country. And I just couldn't. The guy's great. He's a friend of mine.
Order
great,
filled.
Good leader, tough as hell. I couldn't get the deal done. And then he went into war for a short period of time. You know where I'm talking about. First term. And it was nasty. Guys being killed all over the place. And he went through 1 week of war, and I was able to get the deal done. He said, this is nasty. Yes, please.
Yeah, just to follow up on what you were saying there. First of all, Volodymyr Zelensky is not invited on Friday?
He wasn't a part of it. I would say he could go, but he's gone to a lot of meetings. You know, he's been there for 3.5 years, nothing happened.
What is the definition?
I mean, do you want somebody that's been doing this for 3.5 years? What's the definition of a good deal? I'll tell you after I hear what the deal is. Because there could be many definitions. You know, you're talking about a very large and complex situation. Now, I tell you, the war that I just settled with Azerbaijan and with, as you know, and Armenia was almost as complex as this one, having to do with routes, trade.
Meeting on Friday with Vladimir Putin.
Well, we're going to have a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and at the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be
How will
made.
you know that?
Because that's what I do. I make deals.
Please,
go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to ask you two questions, one about China, one about Russia, if I could. On China, your administration agreed to send the most advanced or advanced NVIDIA and AMD chips.
No, obsolete, no.
Obsolete chip. Well, and then 15% of the
You
profits
mean the
come back.
20s? No, this is an old chip that China already has. And I deal with Jensen, who's a great guy, and NVIDIA. The chip that we're talking about, the H20, it's an old chip. China already has it in a different form, different name, but they have it. Or they have a combination of two will make up for it and even then some. Now Jensen's a very brilliant guy, and Jensen also has a new chip, the Blackwell. Do you know what the Blackwell is? The Blackwell is super duper advanced. I wouldn't make a deal with that, although it's possible I'd make a deal, a somewhat enhanced in a negative way Blackwell. In other words, take 30% to 50% off of it. But that's the latest and the greatest in the world. Nobody has it. They won't have it for 5 years. But the H20 is obsolete. You know, it's one of those things, but it still has a market. So I said, listen, I want 20% if I'm going to approve this for you, for the country, for our country, for the U.S. I don't want it myself. You know, every time I say like 747, I want, yeah, for the Air Force. So I just wanted, so when I say I want 20, I want for the country. I only care about the country. I don't care about myself. And he said, would you make it 15? So we negotiate a little deal. So he's selling a essentially old chip that Huawei has a similar chip, a chip that does the same thing. And I said, good, if I'm going to give it to you, because they have a, they have a stopper, what we call a stopper, not allowed to do it. It's really known as a restrictive covenant. And I said, if I'm going to do that, I want you to pay us as a country something, because I'm giving you a release. I released them only from the H20. Now, on the Blackwell, I think he's coming to see me again about that. But that will be a unenhanced version of the big one. Like, I don't know if you know it, we will sometimes sell fighter jets to a country, and we'll give them 20% less than we have. Do you know what I mean, right? That's the same.
So on Russia, do you see a time, Mr. President, when there could be normal trade between the U.S. and Russia? Should your meeting go well, should there be peace?
I do, yeah. Russia has a very valuable piece of land. If Vladimir Putin would go toward business instead of toward war, it's a warring nation. That's what they do. They fight a lot of wars. A friend of mine said Russia's tough because they just keep on fighting. They beat Hitler, so did we. And they beat Napoleon. They've been doing this for a long time. I asked a question to a very, very smart man that some people like and some people don't like. Viktor Orban, right? From Hungary, the head of Hungary. And he's in that same area and knows the two countries very well. I said, this was before Biden didn't do anything to get us out of it. He could have gotten us out of that. It would have never happened. I said, so can Russia be beaten by Ukraine? He looked at me like, what a stupid question. He said, Russia's a massive country, and they win their country, and they win their life through wars. They fight wars. That's what they do. He said, China beats you with trade. Russia beats you with war. That was a very interesting statement. China's not beating us with trade, not when I'm in charge, but they were beating Biden with trade, but they never beat us with trade. Don't forget, China had to pay $400 billion worth of tariffs when I was last time. That was last time. And if we didn't have COVID, all of this stuff we would be loaded. We're finding hundreds of billions of dollars of cash is pouring into our country now because of tariffs. And all we're doing is we're doing what they do to us. It's so beautiful to see it. They found last month, as you saw, $25 billion of excess cash flow. They say, where did it come from? I said, I'll tell you where it came from. It came from
Your mom's
a place called tariffs, and we're doing very well. We're really doing well. But I expect to have a meeting with Putin that I think it'll be good, but it might be bad. And I'm here for one reason, to get rid of a war that somebody else started. Should have never happened. And if I could end it, great. Complex war, a lot of bad blood, But Zelensky's been there for 3.5 years. So if you put them in a room, now I will say this, ultimately I'm gonna put the two of them in a room. I'll be there or won't be there, and I think it'll get solved. Yeah, please be.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Excuse me, I'm gonna suggest, because do you have any other questions? On DC, because I don't want them to be, wait. These are incredible people. I don't want them to be standing up here on subjects that, does anybody have a question of them? And then you guys can leave. Okay, a question, Brian, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right.
And by the way, this is only on DC, and then they're gonna leave because it's unfair to have them stand up here all day long.
I agree.
Brian.
I've got two questions for you. First, about DC. This is personal for me as well. Last year, I was robbed on the streets by one of these teenage thugs. Had a gun, got away with it. Let's talk about the effort that between law enforcement, prosecutors, and judges, because it's a recycling belt. Like, these kids go, they don't fear the police. They know it. If you talk about how we've got to get these judges and put these kids behind bars,
right.
Adult crimes deserve adult penalties. And my second question, I'll after you answer that, please.
Do you want me to answer?
Oh, whoever wants to take it.
Okay, it's real. Do you want me to answer it? Here's the problem. Assuming that they're 17 years, older than 17 years old, I can get the case. If they're under 18 years of age, I can only get the case if it's murder, rob one, rape, or even if they shoot a gun but don't kill you, I can't get it. So the law has to be changed. As the president said, cashless bail, that has to be changed. All right, then even assuming I get the case, I get jurisdiction, I get a conviction, the DC Council has given the judges the ability to give probation on shootings. And so then it's up to them. All of these things, the Youth Rehabilitation Incarceration Reduction Act, and now they want to seal records. So if we work hard and we get a conviction, they want to wipe it out. So that needs all to be changed.
Okay, Mr. Question.
Pam, would you answer that also?
Yeah, and just back to that topic, let's be clear though, we're going to charge them and we're going to track every single thing they do throughout every step of the court process and report back to you and let all of you know what's happening to them. Because the people who are prosecuting them, the judges who are trying them, they also need to be held accountable.
Mr. President, you also made a comment in your walk out here. This is the most people we've ever seen in this briefing.
I've never seen
ever, right?
I've never seen any. Where's Caroline? Where's my superstar? Caroline. Is Caroline in the back? Where's Caroline? Come here, Caroline. Come here, Caroline.
Sorry for the late answer, man.
Is she doing a good job, by the way? Come here.
My streams in the morning.
Is this the largest
Usually I'll always
that you've ever seen?
This is definitely the most packed briefing, and I think all of you would agree. I think it's why we need to build a ballroom.
Mr. President, I have a better idea.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
My question is this. You're building the big, beautiful ballroom.
Yeah.
Could we build a big, beautiful briefing room, updated technology, more seats?
I don't want to do that. I don't want you to be comfortable. So no, I don't want to make life comfortable. So look. Let's just do this. Let's do this. It's going to be a big thing. We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal. What happens, happens. I'll let you know what happens. You'll be the first to know.
Order filled.
I'll be calling the European leaders. I'm going with totally, I mean, we have a lot of talks. They're great people. They're great leaders, actually, and they want to get back. Honestly, as one of them said, I've OD'd on trying to settle Ukraine. They've OD'd, meaning they've overdosed on the settlement of Ukraine. Not a nice expression, but boy, is it accurate. They're tired of it. They want to get back to spending money on their countries. You know, Biden gave them $350 billion. Europe gave $100 billion. It should be much more than that. Shouldn't have been that kind of, they should have had equalization, but they didn't. But you know what, still a lot of money. They want to get back to building their own countries. They really want it resolved. My relationship with the European leaders, as you saw, is extremely good. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Wait. And we're gonna try. I'll be in touch with them. I have 5 of them. You think it's easy? A lot of European leaders, but they rely on me. Very much rely on me. If it wasn't for me, this thing would never get solved until the last person breathing is dead. Yeah, I do. I'm talking to them right now. So I'm talking to the European leaders. I'll be talking to President Zelensky. I'm going to get everybody's ideas. I go into that thing fully loaded right up there, and we're going to see what happens. Now, I think 1 or 2 things is going to happen. It'll be a good meeting, and we'll go a step further. We'll get it done. I'd like to see a ceasefire very, very quickly. Very quick. I'd like to see it immediately, but I'd like to see it.
Indeed, if he did, we are done. We got Thunderdome coming up next. Got Power Hour. We got all sorts of stuff. As you President speaking right now. Chica posted us with new good stuff today. Everyone stay locked in. Thunderdome coming up next. Topstep TV. Let's go.
Run, bruh. Go. Yeah, brother. Caught this shit live right there, motherfuckers. Let's go. C'est trop mon ballon, bah,
Okay, welcome back to Topstep TV, where normally 2 traders enter and 1 man leaves, but we got 1 trader here right now, Carlos P. We're figuring out some things in the background with scheduling and things like that, but this is live TV, ladies and gentlemen, so the show must go on. Carlos, how are we doing today?
Doing good, Jay. It's like you said, this is live, right? So, I don't want to say I'm too intimidating, but man, it seems like the competition just couldn't show up today.
Yeah, I think maybe halfway through the segment we'll hear the glass break like Stone Cold Steve Austin is walking through the doors, and you'll get a challenger. New trader arrives. But speaking of which, hey, we got markets moving right now. Fast markets was pretty quiet. We're seeing the Nasdaq rally pretty strong right here, and they're making new highs of the day, 23,796. Carlos, let's just get right into it, man. These markets are moving. Are you looking at any trade opportunities?
Well,
what are we seeing?
originally I was looking at the NQ to kind of stay in this range it's been in, and you saw it was kind of just stair stepping down over time. And like you said, we were really consolidating. It was kind of a quiet open. But I mean, this breakout, this is pretty crazy. I don't know if the president's still speaking or what, but
he just ended his remarks right as fast markets was ending, so about 15 minutes ago. Not seeing any other headlines that came out, but we have the Nasdaq trading 45 points below that all-time high. 23,845 is the all-time high in the Nasdaq. High of the day so far, 23,799 half. Carlos, if you do jump into any trades, do let us know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, being up here is a little bit scary to take anything, but being that we're this close to all-time highs, I mean, you have to imagine that we're gonna hit it. So
starts to act like a magnet the closer we get.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say longs are the safer play, but at the end of the day, I feel like an entry up here is not great. Sitting on hands for the moment, but we'll see how this develops.
Okay. We do have a long tilt in the Nasdaq, 66% long. Nasdaq just took out that high of the day. New high, 23,804.25. S&P is trading 64.30. How far is the S&P from that all-time high? Still got about 38 points in the S&P. Carlos, you're only a Nasdaq trader? Is that correct?
Yeah, I stick to the Nasdaq, but I do look at the ES. I do trade off of confluences and all that, so it definitely is in my arsenal. I mean, I have traded it in the past, but I'm mostly an anchor trader. Stick to it 99% of the time.
Gotcha. Awesome stuff. Well, this Thunderdome might be me and Carlos versus the markets. Let's see what we get here. Some pretty big volume went off at those highs up here in the Nasdaq. Maybe not wanting to fade this, what kind of pullback are you looking for to maybe get into this?
I mean, I would realistically look for the old high of days, so that's around 23,766 in the NQ. I'm looking for a bounce, and that's being kind of aggressive in my opinion, because if we retrace this, basically it's around 40 points. It may even dip lower. I would say the line of the sand, let's say for longs, would be at this point of control down here at 23,735, because VWAP is also overlapping with that. So that to me would be a strong support. And if we were to break below that, then I would go for lows of the day. But yeah, it's just in a tough location right now to really do anything, especially after that. I mean, this was a almost 40-point candle we just had at the start of the segment. So when it does that, it's a little nerve-wracking to short it, because you feel like this thing could just blow your face off, but it's also intimidating to buy, because then we can just retrace this whole movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not good.
And I see what you mean there too, right? Because if these buyers don't continue this run right now, all of the late buyers that just got in, they're going to be the first to sell and bring us down pretty quick, where it's just like, okay, well, if we're not going higher, then we must be going lower, at least in this time frame. So looking for a little bit of a pullback here. Nasdaq currently trading 23,790. While we watch these markets, Carlos, you came into the Thunderdome, ready to trade it up. Did you have a game plan coming into it? We saw the traders last week trade micros for the most part. What was your game plan coming into this?
Yeah, so my game plan being that, to be honest, I usually don't trade around this time. When I'm trading my own accounts, I trade during fast markets, 9:30 sharp, and usually I'm done by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock the latest. So I'm really not used to this price action all that much. I know I've been on air on this time a few times now, so I have a decent handle on it. But I was going to be a little bit more patient, wait to see what kind of happens with the market, especially, being that earlier it was much in a tighter range and a little bit slower. I was expecting to kind of get a good entry and try to hold it for a little longer. But now that the market seems to be picking up a little steam, definitely just gonna sit on my hands a bit. I lowered my leverage, right? So usually I use 3 contracts, 3 minis. I would lower to 1 to 2 depending on how confident I am in the trade. And the Thorn knows the competition, right? So it would also depend on my competition, right? If they traded micros, I would definitely keep it to 1 mini, 2 minis max, just trying to keep my losses small, but my wins big enough to where I can outpace my competition. So.
I gotta close the window before I record, cause New York don't know how to be quiet. I gotta close the window before I record, cause I gotta close the window before I record. I gotta close the window before I record, cause New York don't know how to be quiet. Stand up. Third. Coochie down to the socks like I'm Biggie Papa. Keep your girl head in my Tommy boxes. But really doubt she a silly hoe, cause she know the friggin' style getting plenty dough. She don't get nothing from my nigga though. What she get is hard dick and some Cheerios. Kinda send it out, but I never go. But I put them in the dirt with the penny low. No tint though, on my window. So you see a nigga shining in the Benzo. Got me feeling like Jim Jones. I'm a pimp though, no limp though. Couldn't copy my style in Kinko's. Put in work, run up on the killer, then I put him in the dirt. Run up in the building, so they gon' squirt. That's what a nigga get when they getting on my nerves. I ain't lying. Lay him on that curb, ride on the killer who be coming that firm. Girl, you twerk, twerk that kitty, girl, make it turn. Put in work, Flacco, put him in the dirt. Push got the shovel, he gon' put him in the earth. Trinidad maniac with it all gon' hurt.
Taking control of me. Oh, we've been playing with this for so long. Now it's taking a hold of me. Is this for real or something better? I want you next to me. It always starts with something. We've been playing with this for so long. Now it's taking a hold of me. Is this for real or something better? Is this for real or something better? I want you next to me. Is this for real or something better? I want you next to me. What if I told you? Hey girl. I just need to know. What if I told you? Hey girl. I just need to know. What if I told you? Hey girl. I just need to know. What if I told you?
Order filled.
Not looking good.
En la nube y como un rayo caí. Y ahora ni una llamada, ni un solo mensaje. Los brothers me la montan. Dicen que estoy en un viaje. Son las 12:04 y ya estoy bien loco, llorando y bebiendo. Pitorro de coco que me trajo abuelo pa' que vacilara, no pa' que por un cuero a las 12 llorara. llegaron y Santa nunca llegó. Si tú no estás aquí fue que así quiso Dios. Siempre supe que era mala, no te creas que soy ciego. Yo cerraba los ojos y te besaba de
Order filled.
Day with this account. We're not close to it. So if another trade sets up, I'll take that one.
That's why it's important to keep your risk control. You're still in it, still open for opportunities. Can't let one
100%.
trade dictate your whole day.
Definitely not. And at this point, right now, it's the question is, if we're starting to accept back inside this initial balance, do I even want to be long, right? Where we
Yeah.
talked about it, if those buyers were not strong enough up there, above these 800s, then everybody's selling to get out of these positions they've been holding long, right? So,
Exactly.
you know, this short down to VWAP, which is at 740s, might be a pretty nice move here.
Definitely. Right now, we're at the 21 EMA in both markets, in both the ES and the NQ. So this is where I would consider a long. But I don't know. It just looks a little strong to the downside here. We're gonna give it another minute or so and see how this plays out. Because we could just blow past this at this point.
For sure. NASDAQ pulling back a little bit here, trading 23,760s currently. S&P trading 6420. You did say the S&P looked like it wanted to lead, and here we go.
Yeah.
S&P
yeah,
is tagged overnight VWAP.
Yeah, we got that bounce off of the ES VWAP. NQ is still a little farther from the VWAP at 740, like you said. So I find a lot of times that if you get that initial pop, let's say in a situation like this where the ES touches it first, a lot of times if the NQ hasn't, it may then want to go down and touch the NQ. So this may not be the end of the downside we see here, even though we got that pop off of VWAP.
Are you always looking at the correlation between the two markets? I know you said you trade mostly NASDAQ, but you're always looking at that correlation?
Yeah, unless the day just shows that it's completely off, then I kind of just forget about it. If anything, sometimes you can even just fade that if you know that the markets aren't really correlated. There are times where if I see that, the E is going up and I know today is the day where they're not really in sync, you can then just short the NASDAQ. And sometimes that's even worked out, right? So, trading with using correlations isn't like, the holy grail. I'm not going to sit here and say like this is the best thing in the world. It's definitely something that's, yeah, exactly. It's definitely something that's discretion, based, and you have to see like how it's reacting on the day, right? I feel like today the markets were pretty correlated with the ES leading, and we're kind of seeing that here. But there are days where the NQ may be leading, or there are days where they're just not in sync at all. So it's definitely not a situation where correlation is the final reason why I get into a trade. It's just a supporting reason.
Makes sense to me. Well, for whoever steps into the Thunderdome with Carlos, just understand you got some pretty good competition if you're trading against this guy. Carlos has very succinct answers for anything, any questions, and a very clear-headed trader and patient as well, right? We were both talking about those longs. I tested it. You didn't. You'd be in the lead right now, up $235, just from sitting on your hands and letting your competition take themselves out here. So good stuff, Carlos.
I appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate that.
Seeing a little bounce here at 750s in the NASDAQ, maybe holding up a little bit here. 4 points Can we even call that a bounce? But we did stop the selling, maybe. Would I get back into this trade?
We may be looking to get to touch the NQ VWAP. We're back at the VWAP in the ES. Again, ES looking much weaker than the NQ. NQ kind of gives it those little pops here and there, but it's looking like we want to break down and touch this NQ VWAP, which point of control is still overlapping with the VWAP slightly. So that would be my next area if I want to take a buy, but this is a strong rejection from the highs. So like you said earlier, buys may not be on the table anymore.
Right. Yeah, that rejection up at 800s, that was that should have been a sign.
Yeah.
Maybe not
I
that
think
they're
if
done for the day, but that we needed a pullback. Go ahead, Carlos.
Yeah. I think if anything right now, depending on how we close and the next candle opens, I would actually be looking for a short down to this VWAP and point of control. But I would want to see a bounce at the new candle open. We have 30 seconds to the new 5-minute candle. If we get a bounce, closer to the 21 EMA that's right now at 760, I would be looking to take a short there and see if we can touch this VWAP. Yeah, but right now it seems like we're just kind of going down. The ES broke its VWAP. NQ is just a few points away. And right there, I think we got a touch. So pretty much did it without the pullback.
Interesting. Carlos, we got a question here from Edward. And throw it to both of us. Do you or did you ever have days where you open a live trade and you just find out that you don't have the stomach for being in the markets for the day? Where maybe you were talking before about, knowing who you are, knowing that you're in the right mindset. You ever step into the markets one day and you're just like, I don't have it today?
Yeah, definitely. I find that most of the time it's probably due to outside factors,
right?
Whether it just be stress from work or something to that effect. But yeah, there are definitely days where even just like reading the market, right? Like not even taking a trade, I just feel off, right? Like I feel off in the way I'm thinking and what I'm seeing. And sometimes I've listened to that and other times I've just ignored it, right? Because as traders, I think we always just think that we have to take trades every day and we have to be in the market just because the market's open. And it's definitely bitten me in the butt where I knew I felt off and I gave myself too long of a leash, right? I'm never against, giving yourself a chance, but I think you just have to know when to keep that leash tight or when to let yourself go. Yeah, definitely. I think it's just like anything else, right? And anything else you do in life, there are days where you feel like doing it and days where you don't. Or there's days you feel good about it and there's days you don't feel good about it. Trading is definitely the same. I just think when you feel that, then keep your leash tight. Give yourself the chance, right? Because you can still have a good day. But keep your leash tight and don't feel bad if it means that you don't take a trade or you just, keep your profits, right, from earlier.
100%. And yeah, for me, I realize it now as well, right? It's just like, hey, maybe I'm not reading it right, or like Carlos said, it could be something outside. I didn't sleep well, or I didn't get a workout in, or whatever it is. I'm conscious of it, and also, we're starting a new season of VIPs. Talking to some of the VIPs about knowing what your high quality setups look like, and then if we really understand what a high quality setup is. Unless you're, scalping for 10 points in the NASDAQ, you're probably not going to get it every day, right? So, maybe building into your schedule some days where you may not place a trade. I might look at the markets all day and not do anything. And that's okay, because more often than not, if I'm just clicking a button randomly, it's probably costing me money, more so than it is making me money. So just be conscious of that. Bounce, Jake says, bounce, I'm long in the ES. Chat, what are you guys in right now? Anybody else in a trade? Let us know. And Carlos, of course, if you take anything, let me know.
Yeah, and I think you say this a lot too. At the end of the day, someone would love to be in your position, right? If you're flat on the day, there's a trader that would love to just be flat on the day, right? So
yeah,
again, don't underappreciate those days where you're just flat or even just up, a little bit. There's definitely traders out there that would love to be in your shoes.
100%. Carlos, you seem like a very nice person, like just like a good guy, right? Overall. But the Thunderdome is supposed to be about competition. Did you plan any trash talk for your opponent, or were you just going to let the numbers speak for themselves?
I I'm definitely, even when I competed back in the day and the stuff I did.
What is this candle gonna do? Okay. Are we bouncing? Is this a whole bear trap? That's the question. That we all don't know the answer.
Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness in here? I just want the love that I give to you. And I see your soul, so I see
Our buyers showing up.
Outside the station when it was like -4 degrees and I get what you're saying. I just really don't want to hear it right now. Can you shut up for like once in your life? Listen to me. I took your nice words of advice about how you think I'm gonna die lucky for 10:33. Okay, so yeah, I smoke like a chimney. I'm not skinny and I bullet breathe me every other week. But got me some slack. Who do you want me to be? 'Cause I'm too busy and I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job and you ask where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect. Did I open my big mouth? I want to be me. Is that not allowed? And I'm too clever. And I'm too fucking dumb. You hate it when I cry and is it that
All right, I'm gonna end the stream. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna take any more trades. So until tomorrow morning. Right now we're closing with 474 USD profit. We were up 1K. Did one bad move. We lost 600 profit of that. Almost 600. Like more like 500 ish.